Genesis chapter 13 recounts the journey of Abram and his nephew Lot. Both men have been blessed richly with herds, flocks, and tents. But as their wealth grows, a new challenge emerges. The land can no longer support them both, and tension rises between their herdsmen. As we reflect on this, we see a powerful life lesson about the natural friction that can come with abundance. Blessings and challenges often go hand in hand. When life gives us much, it also calls us to be mindful, to steward our blessings carefully, and to be aware of the strain they can place on our relationships. When Abram notices the strife, he doesn't wait for it to escalate. He approaches Lot with a spirit of peace, saying, "Let there be no strife between you and me, for we are relatives." He proposes they separate peacefully to avoid deeper conflict. Here, we see a profound example of Abram's wisdom. He shows us that maintaining peace sometimes requires humility and quick action. Rather than waiting for others to change or for conflict to escalate, Abram teaches us to take the first step toward peace. This teaches us a second lesson in our own lives. We may face similar crossroads, moments where relationships are tested by life's circumstances. Abram reminds us that choosing peace and unity over pride and possession can be a courageous act of faith. Abram doesn't stop there. He does something unexpected. He allows Lot, the younger of the two, to choose the land first. Lot takes the fertile plains of the Jordan Valley, a place rich with resources. Abram, on the other hand, remains in the more rugged, less fertile hill country. By offering Lot the first choice, Abram reveals a third powerful lesson. Humility and generosity open doors for blessing. Abram could have insisted on his right to the best land, but instead, he trusts in a greater source of provision. His faith is an expression of generosity, showing that sometimes the greatest act of strength is letting go and allowing others to prosper, even if it seems like a sacrifice. Lot, seeing the promise of wealth and comfort, chooses the fertile Jordan Valley, even though it's near the morally turbulent cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. He sets out, eager to claim the resources he sees before him. Lot's choice here reminds us of the subtle lure of instant gratification and the allure of material wealth. Many times, life will present us with greener pastures that may seem enticing at first, but carry risks we overlook. Lot's decision to live near Sodom and Gomorrah foreshadows future struggles, reminding us to pause and weigh the deeper impact of our choices. As Lot departs, God speaks to Abram, reassuring him of the divine promise. "Lift up your eyes. All the land that you see, I will give to you and your descendants forever." This moment reaffirms God's blessing, even as Abram remains in a seemingly less desirable place. Here lies the fourth lesson: faith in divine timing. Abram's choice to let Lot choose the richer land might have looked like a loss, but by trusting in God's provision, Abram reminds us that blessings do not come from the land itself, but from the promises of a faithful provider. This patience teaches us to stay grounded in trust even when it feels like we're missing out. As Abram moves forward, he settles peacefully, building an altar to honor God in the place he now calls home. In this moment, Abram models a fifth lesson about gratitude. Even after what seems like a sacrifice, Abram takes time to honor God. His faith wasn't dependent on circumstances, and he found peace in worship rather than in possession. Through this, we see that a spirit of gratitude can transform any place, no matter how humble, into a home. Looking back on this chapter, Genesis 13 gives us timeless guidance on handling life's complexities with grace and faith. When we face conflict, we're called to seek peace. When we have opportunities to give, we're encouraged to show generosity. And when we're tempted by quick gains, we're reminded to think carefully about the long-term impact of our choices. Abram's example invites us to see our lives as journeys of trust, faith, and humility lessons that echo through generations, reminding us of the enduring power of a life rooted in faith.